Hey all, welcome to ShareTrek. This is Raj here. You must have seen my earlier video which I released at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I think the members have already seen it before. It was an early release for the members. This video that you're going to watch now is not going to show me. It's going to be the notebook LLM to which I gave all the information that I used, my talking points for the original video. And you will see how notebook LLM has shrunk the 25-minute delivery from me into an 8-minute conversation between two characters to convey the same information. But one of the things that I have noticed is that notebook LLM tries to stay clear of anything to do with shares, profits, or anything at all to do with financial advice or those kind of things. And also it likes to take only one concept and run with it. In my original video, I had spoken not only about NVDIA and how I plan to handle it, but I had also tried to answer some questions that were raised by a few genomic investors who were also watching our videos. And that portion regarding genomic investment is totally missing from the notebook LLM, but the quality is really good. I want you to listen to this podcast and compare how I delivered the contents and what notebook LLM did with it, and let me know if you are truly impressed or not.
You know, it's funny. It feels like everywhere you turn these days, everyone's talking about AI.
It's the buzzword of the century, right?
Totally. But sometimes it feels like everyone else is already riding that AI wave while we're still here on the beach trying to figure out how to swim, you know?
Well, get ready to ditch those floaties.
Oh.
Because today's deep dive is about to throw you right into the current.
Love it. And hopefully by the end of this, we'll all be surfing that AI wave like pros.
Exactly. We're going to break down how one company is not just riding the wave, but actually becoming the tide.
Okay, so who's this mastermind of the tech ocean?
None other than NVIDIA.
NVIDIA. Wait, they make those graphics cards for gamers, right?
They do, but that's just one piece of the puzzle. Our source today, ShareTrek user Raj, he pointed us to this fascinating CNBC article about a company called CoreWeave.
CoreWeave?
Yeah, they're basically in the business of renting out GPUs.
GPUs, those are the, super powerful chips that AI needs to function, right?
Think of them like the engine of AI.
Okay, so CoreWeave is like the Hertz rental car of AI.
More like the Airbnb of supercomputing, actually.
Interesting. But what makes them so special?
Well, they just secured a massive credit line, like $650 million from some of the biggest names on Wall Street.
$650 million. Wow. Okay, now that gets my attention.
Right. We're talking Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan. These guys don't throw around money like that unless they're pretty darn sure about something.
So they're betting big on AI.
Absolutely. And more specifically, they're betting on the companies like CoreWeave who are providing the infrastructure to make all this AI magic actually happen.
So they're not investing in the gold, they're investing in the picks and shovels.
Exactly.
Which brings us back to NVIDIA, right? Because aren't they the ones making the picks and shovels in this scenario?
You got it. And that's where NVIDIA's strategy gets really interesting. They're not just selling the GPUs, they're investing in companies like CoreWeave.
So they're making sure there's always a demand for their product.
Precisely. Raj called it a genius move, and honestly, it's hard to disagree with him.
It's like they're supplying the tools and getting a cut of the gold at the same time. Brilliant.
Right. Talk about a win-win.
So they're essentially creating their own demand.
Smart.
So where does this all leave us? I mean, it sounds like NVIDIA is playing 4D chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers, but...
Well, the implications are huge, even for those of us who aren't building the next AI chatbot.
So what does it mean for the average person? What should we be paying attention to?
Well, think about it. This kind of investment, it's going to accelerate AI development like never before.
So we're talking actual real-world applications of AI, not just like cool demos in a lab somewhere.
Exactly. And we're talking about potentially life-changing stuff too, like take healthcare, for example.
AI diagnosing illnesses.
Even better than that, imagine AI analyzing medical images with superhuman accuracy.
Superhuman. So it's finding things that even the best doctors might miss.
Exactly. Which means earlier diagnoses, more effective treatments.
Wow. Okay, I'm starting to see the potential here. What about things like transportation? Everyone always talks about self-driving cars.
Right. But it goes way beyond that. Think AI optimizing traffic flow in real time, like, eliminating traffic jams.
No more rush hour. Sign me up.
Seriously. Or picture this. AI-powered logistics, making global trade faster, cheaper, greener.
Okay, so we're talking about some seriously big changes here.
Mm.
But Raj also mentioned this whole monetization of AI use cases. What did he mean by that? Like, is he saying all this amazing AI stuff is useless if we can't figure out how to make money from it?
Not useless, but it's like, you can have the best idea in the world, but if you can't turn it into a business, it's not going to go very far.
So how do we bridge that gap? How do we go from, like, cool AI concepts to profitable businesses?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And that's where companies like CoreWeave come into play. They're not just providing the infrastructure for AI, they're actually partnering with companies that are developing these AI applications.
So they've got skin in the game.
Exactly. Remember those 28 data centers that CoreWeave is planning to have up and running by next year? Well, they're not just picking random locations, they're strategically putting them in places like Austin, Chicago, Vegas, London.
Hubs of innovation.
Exactly. They're creating these ecosystems where companies can come together, develop their technologies, and hopefully figure out how to make some money in the process.
So it's like a win-win for everyone involved.
That's the idea. And the crazy thing is it's already happening. I mean, Raj mentioned that CoreWeave has like $2 billion in contracted revenue lined up for next year.
Wow, $2 billion.
Yeah, they're not messing around. They've already signed on some big names too, like Microsoft, even a French AI startup called Mistral.
Okay, so CoreWeave seems like they're on a roll.
Yeah.
But what about NVIDIA? I mean, they're the ones supplying the GPUs for all of this. Can they keep up with that kind of demand?
That's the big question, isn't it? And it's not just about manufacturing enough GPUs, it's about having the infrastructure to support them.
What do you mean?
We're talking massive data centers, specialized cooling systems, tons of energy.
So it's like a whole other level of complexity on top of the already crazy world of AI.
Right. Raj used this term, early moving hyperscalers, to describe those companies that are buying up GPUs like crazy, They're even building their own dedicated power and cooling systems.
Wow. So it's not just about having the best AI, it's about having the infrastructure to support it too. That takes serious resources, serious expertise.
Absolutely. It's a whole new ballgame.
It's almost like we're talking about a whole new kind of arms race here. But instead of weapons, it's GPUs.
It's a fascinating parallel, really. And just like in a traditional arms race, the stakes are incredibly high. Because the companies that control this technology, they're going to have a tremendous amount of power and influence.
So where does that leave everyone else? Are we all just like stuck playing catch up?
Not necessarily. Remember what we said about CoreWeave making AI more accessible? That's still a huge factor here. Their whole business model is built around democratizing access to this technology.
So it's not just about who has the most GPUs, but who can actually use them most effectively.
Exactly. And that's where things get really interesting. It opens up the playing field for smaller companies, startups, even like individual researchers to make their mark on the AI revolution.
So there's still hope for the little guy. That's good to hear.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, Raj actually argues that this accessibility is essential for real innovation in the field. He said that the beauty of AI is that it's not just about, brute force computing power.
It's about using it cleverly.
Exactly. It's about creativity, ingenuity, and the ability to see, patterns that other people miss.
So the real game changer isn't the technology itself. It's how we use it. Yeah. Which is something we've seen time and time again in the tech world, right?
Absolutely. And that's something we can all be a part of, right? Whether we're like developing AI applications, investing in AI companies, or just, educating ourselves about the potential impact of this technology.
So what's the one big takeaway you want our listeners to walk away with today?
That the AI revolution is happening right now. It's not some distant future. It's here. And it's not just about tech companies or Wall Street. It's about all of us.
It's about the kind of future we want to create.
Exactly. And that future isn't predetermined. It's being written as we speak by the choices we make, the investments we support, even just the conversations we have about it.
So stay informed, stay curious, and stay engaged.
Because the future of AI isn't something that will just happen to us. It's something that we will create together.
I love that. Well, this has been quite a journey. We started with a single credit line and ended up talking about the future of humanity.
That's the beauty of a deep dive. You never know where it will take you.
That's so true. And on that note, we'll leave you with this final thought. If AI really does become as transformative as everyone seems to think it will be, what role do you want to play in shaping that future? Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Well, friends, you heard that, and you would notice that there was a lot of details that were left out. As I mentioned, it doesn't talk anything about the share price and other things, and also it left out the entire thing I spoke about genomics and why its time has not yet come, and how it will be a later date when genomics can shine, how it will integrate with AI and will create a new industry. All those things were left out. We just had 8 minutes worth of highly focused discussion just about the new startup backed by NVIDIA and how it is going to boost the prospects for NVIDIA. So I would like to hear from you. What do you think about this? Look at the quality and give me an idea whether you feel that useful use cases are being delivered by AI, and if people would pay money for this quality of work by AI. With that, my friends, I'd like to bring this video to an end. Thanks and have a great day and a great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to all the Canadians. Bye for now.